Hey, what's up, yeah? It's your boy Prof. and we're back again with Ben 10 illustrated the entire story. I don't know why I read that in such a fucked up way, but let's get let's get to it. It's part 4 out of 5 parts, so we have one more part after this, and then we're gonna check out the dead battle with Ben 10. Are you excited? I fucking am. Come on, boy, come on. Stop cock blocking us. Sorry. Oh, anyway, let me know down in the comments what y'all think about the mic quality now. It should be a lot better because turns out my fucking mic was picking up my fucking, my OBS has been picking up the mic from my camera for some fucking reason. I don't know why. I swear I stopped that the first time I started recording, so it should be better now. Let me know what y'all think about it. Let's get to it.
This video is the fourth in a 5-part series of an illustrated retelling. Will be presented happened in The Hero of Heroes. I'd love to hear reactions from both longtime fans and new beginners of the show and see if they can follow along.
Now, let's begin. On Osmos 5, home planet of the Osmosian race, a tyrant named Agrigor sets out to absorb the powers of 5 special alien species, which would give him the power to survive the treacherous journey to collect all 4 parts of the Map of Infinity. Agrigor captures the aliens and makes his way back.
Is this a copy of the Infinite Stone idea thing? Gauntlet, crazy stones, they give immeasurable power.
To Osmos 5, where he will absorb their powers through a special machine. The alien prisoners revolt and crash land on Earth, each going their separate ways. Off the coast of the ocean, Vilgax washes up and is found by bystanders. Too weak from his previous battle, he cannot return to his normal form and can barely move.
Yo, my boy looking like fucking Cthulhu. Look at this motherfucker.
He is unable to resist being sold to a traveling carnival as a sideshow until he is discovered by a member of the Flamekeeper Circle, run by a man named Conduit Edwards. The Flamekeeper Circle is a religious charity organization at face value, but in secret, worship an ancient being known as the Dagon. They believe that humanity was jump-started by aliens.
Oh, the Dagon from the first part. Where the dude that created the Omnitrix went back in time with he created a sword first. He gave the sword to some fucking knight that killed the dragon. Knight George, my boy, that I'm named after. Well, I'm not really named after the one bent, the one from the real life, you know, the saint. I'm sorry.
The Dagon would one day return to Earth for a second coming of enlightenment, and it just so happens that Vilgax bears a passing resemblance to him. Members of the Circle are known as the Esoterica, and as worshippers of the Dagon, have the ability to phase in and out of dimensions and expel powerful demonic energy. Vilgax, accepting his false identity as the Dagon, is cared for and nursed back to health by the Circle. Life seems to have fallen into repetition for the trio, until Ben discovers that his secret identity was leaked online, bringing him a lot of unwanted attention in the media and his personal life. The trio tracked down the leak to a low-class childhood blogger named Jimmy Jones, who deduced Ben's secret himself. He tips them off about an alien stealing pieces of a nuclear bomb in Florida for them to investigate. Kevin unleashes their new ship, the Rust Bucket 3, and sets a course. They come across the first of the 5 Andromeda aliens that they agree to rescue and help return to their home worlds. In the end, Agrigor always had the upper hand and recaptured the aliens for himself, completing his mutation as Ultimate Agrigor. The following battle leaves Max.
What's up with everyone in the fucking Ben 10 universe wanting to get different genes into their body? Like first it was this clown on the right over here becoming fucking 50 aliens at once. Now it's this dude. It was Vilgax. It's my boy Ben 10. It's the dude that created the Omnitrix. What the fuck's up with y'all? Can y'all chill? Stop fucking with your bodies. Chill, my guy.
With a damaged nervous system, stranding him on Galvan Mark II while he heals. Paradox claims that he was the one who hid all 4 pieces of the Map of Infinity, as a race between Ultimate Agrigor and the trio begins. Despite their efforts, Ultimate Agrigor proves to be very smart and very powerful, and builds the Map of Infinity, which grants him access to the Forge of Creation, where celestial sapiens, such as Alien X, are born.
Wait. At this point, has he lost the ability to turn into that alien X thing? Because they said that thing is omnipotent, which means it can do whatever the fuck it wants.
Brings them to the Forge's
Basically.
entrance, where Ben accidentally entangles himself with a chrono-randomization barrier, pulling his 10-year-old self out of the timeline for a team-up of generations. The two Bens, Gwen and Kevin, battle Ultimate Agrigor on the palms of a giant celestial sapien mother. Agrigor plans to absorb its child and obtain omnipotence, as infinite celestial sapiens do not have the same drawbacks as their adult selves. Just as he is about to succeed, Kevin sacrifices his sanity and absorbs the powers of Ben's Ultimatrix, creating Ultimate Kevin, and defeats Agrigor by absorbing his powers too. The overwhelming power immediately drives Kevin mad, and the trio is temporarily broken. Paradox takes young Ben back to his own timeline, allowing him to recall these events as a dream, so Ben can faintly remember a future
Wait, what are they doing with the baby though?
where they were once best friends. Kevin's involuntary betrayal drives a wedge between Ben and Gwen. Gwen continues to support the idea that Kevin has changed, and they should save him no matter what. Ben disagrees, saying Kevin is obviously too far gone, and they should kill him before anyone else gets harmed by him. Meanwhile, Ultimate Kevin hungers for power, and attacks many of his old friends and enemies alike, including the Max Force, and the Warden that killed his childhood friend who helped him escape. With the help of sometimes enemy Darkstar, and Cooper Daniels, a technopath, Ben and Gwen each take their own shot at dealing with Kevin. Gwen tries to get Kevin to see reason, which fails. Ben engages Kevin in battle, as both nearly die at different points. Darkstar and Cooper finalize a device that can cure Kevin powered by the remains of the Dominus Librium, an ancient energy-conducting artifact believed to be of alien origin. With Kevin cured, the trio reunited, and Max finally healed from his injuries, all seems well in the world. This is until the Forever Knights, continuing their ancient tradition of finding and exploiting alien technology, come across an old seal bearing their symbol that they believe to be a weapons vault. They crack open the vault, but it is too strong to break open entirely, and lets loose a creature that starts wreaking havoc on Bellwood. This gains the attention of the trio, who work with the Knights to track down the creature. When found, the creature leeches onto Gwen, embedding itself into her mind, temporarily controlling her. The trio free her, leaving Gwen with new memories, revealing the creature to actually be a demon that feeds off of prayers called a Lucubra, a servant of a great being named the Dagon. What they broke was...
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like the author of Ben 10, the idea behind the Dagon is basically Cthulhu. I'm pretty sure. Like, it sounds so fucking similar. Or am I just seeing Cthulhu in everything? Fuck, I might be infected, bro.
That was keeping the beast away, and now he is slowly breaking free again. The broken seal also alerts an old man from the senior center known simply as George, who begins to make his way to the seal, confirming
It's the fucking knight that killed the dragon, I bet. Is it?
it is broken. His quest to slay the Dagon begins once more. He goes
I
to
knew
Area
it.
51
I
and
fucking knew it.
teleports the entire base onto the side of a mountain and uses it as a place to perform his operations. Meanwhile, the trio is confronted by Paradox and Ultimate Ben, another version of Ben's future. Ben realizes that every time he meets his future self, his future will change, but for now, this future comes with the power to access his transformations while in human form. They arrive to help put an end to Eon, an evil Time Walker who has been traveling across the multiverse, killing different Ben Tennysons. Although they later find that this is not the case, as he is in fact recruiting them for his own personal reasons. The trio, Ultimate Ben and Paradox, defeat Eon by destroying their universe's version of the Hands of Armageddon, which is said to exist simultaneously in every possible universe. Ultimate Ben returns to the future after giving Ben's Ultimatrix new transformations, and Paradox warns Ben to beware a man named Old George. At this time, Old George hails a meeting at Area 51 with the leaders of each faction of the Forever Knights, who have all had their own run-ins with Ben over the years, and proclaims that the Knights must carry out their true order, exterminating all aliens on the planet. He upgrades the Knights with advanced armor and weaponry, with special vehicles to complement. The Purge, as it is officially titled, is kicked off with the death of Pierce Wheels. one of Max's students, prompting the trio to step in. Ben puts an end to the purge, but later finds that the entire event was a distraction, as George's real quest was to re-obtain the Sword of Ascalon, which is currently still piercing the Dagon's heart in his invisible, teleporting fortress. George was able to calculate
Wouldn't that resurrect the Dagon?
where the fortress would
Oh,
appear
boy.
next, and using his notes, Gwen and the gang follow closely behind. At the fortress, George and the trio are both met by Vilgax, who were brought by the Flamekeeper Circle. Still thinking Vilgax is Dagon, they aim to reunite Dagon with his heart so he may regain his full power and save humanity. As a battle between the Esoterica and the Forever Knights ensues, Vilgax grabs hold of Ascalon and is rejuvenated back to his land form, now powered by the sword. He then hears the voice of the real Dagon, telling him he is aware of his shenanigans, but will actually grant him ultimate power if he becomes his servant, and go back to the seal and finish breaking it to set Dagon free. Vilgax agrees and heads towards the seal,
With the
the trio
Vilgax.
and Old George chasing him. At the seal, Vilgax fails to fully break it, and is instead sucked into the cracks, leaving Ascalon behind. Old George reunites with Ascalon, and is restored to his youthful strength. Old George says the Dagon is his mission, and the trio agree to back off for now and see if Old George can handle it on his own. A few weeks later, the trio investigate the Flamekeeper Circle's hideout, but find no one there. They find that they have rallied around the seal with an army of Esoterica to help free Dagon once and for all. The Forever Knights, led by Sir George, stand against the Esoterica, as hundreds upon hundreds of knights in Esoterica break into an all-out war. Conduit Edwards kills Sir George's squire, so Sir George kills Conduit Edwards, with Edwards still proclaimed
What? Okay, so he kills his squire, then he kills him. I mean,
kills Conduit Edwards,
seems fair.
with Edwards still proclaiming his loyalty to the great Dagon with his last dying
yo,
breath.
die already, bitch.
Ben soon finds and joins George in battle, where they are confronted by Vilgax, who has now been granted demonic power from Dagon to destroy the seal. They fight against Vilgax's new form, but appear evenly matched. As the seal cracks even more, Dagon's power is released unto Earth, turning every living being on the planet into Esoterica, aside from George and the trio, who were protected by Gwen. However, the seal still isn't fully broken. Unsatisfied with Vilgax as his servant, Dagon reconnects with Gwen through a bug he implanted in her during the Lucubra incident, and forces her to break the seal. Gwen succeeds, and Dagon frees himself into the universe. Dagon towers over them in a godlike prestige, and does battle with the trio and Sir George as the last defense against humanity. The Dagon turns George into dust, ultimately defeating him. As all hope seems lost, it is actually Vilgax, who was planning for this the whole time, who defeats Dagon by absorbing his power into himself, the same way he stole power from the other 10 worlds he conquered. Against a Dagon-powered Vilgax, Ben wields the Sword of Ascalon himself, and fulfills George's destiny by putting an end to Dagon's power, forever. Ben absorbs the Dagon's power into the sword, and armed with the Ultimatrix, Vilgax proclaims Ben as a god and urges him to use his power to reshape the universe any way he wishes. Tempted by nigh omnipotence, Ben refuses the power and returns the sword to Asmith. Asmith is impressed by Ben's growth since becoming more arrogant after the Hybrid invasion, and deems Ben worthy of the new, completed Omnitrix.
Bro, fucking Omnitrixes are like iPhones. They come with a new version every fucking year. What the fuck? What does this one do? Like 10 million aliens? 50 million aliens? A little bit better camera? Come on, bro. Jesus, what more is there? Like, they beat the Dagon. What is the next big threat gonna be? Jesus Christ, this is fun as hell. How is anyone gonna beat fucking Ben 10, by the way? Like, this dude's OP as fuck. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. This dude's fucking OP as all hell. How is anyone gonna beat him in the battle? I don't know. Anyway. That was the entire story of Ben 10 Illustrated Part 4. I'll see you next time, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a nice day.